Hey guys, this is Ramon here, and I'm going to explain my Liri Node application that we did for the UW Bootcamp, coding bootcamp. So I'll start by off here, just explaining very briefly the lines of code. I'm not going to go too much into detail, and then I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate for you what the application does and benefits for the user. So I have my variables here. I'm going to grab a number of things, the APIs of Bands in Town, Spotify, OMDB, and then I'll have my specific input and search type. We're arg2 and arg3 variables here. I'm going to go through all my functions here very briefly. So function movie this is going to be the OMDP API that we grab. And the axios.get here, this is going to be the call to API, and we're going to concatenate that with the user's input. And so whatever the, once the user types in movie this, and then after they'll search for the title name of the movie, this will go here, and then the OMDB API will return back the information here with the movie data, title, year, IMDb rating, and such. And on the bottom here, these fs.append file, this is just a function here that I created to store all of the information that the user has searched into the log.txt file that I have here. Then down here, this is going to be our Bands in Town. We're going to be grabbing our Bands in Town API, again, concatenating it again with the user's input. If the user's input, if there isn't anything typed in, then it defaults to the sign by a sub base, and I do that right here with this variable. And then again, just grabbing the venue, the location, the data concerts through a for loop here, and then the divider here. This is pretty much just making it look cleaner with the line break. The fs append file, again, storing the information that the user searched into the log.txt here. And then so our next function is going to be our Spotify function. This is the function Spotify track. We're grabbing our the Spotify API through our API and our secret code that we needed to grab from Spotify, and that will be stored in the env. And also as well, it will be from the env to keep hidden into our keys.js. Requires keys.js. Okay. And again, we're going to be for looping here to grab the information, the artist, the track name, the album name, and the preview track, which is the URL that the user can click on to preview the song. Again, we're going to log the information from what the user researched here or searched for into their log.txt. This last function here is our function do what it says. Again, this is going to read the file for all of the commands that the user is going to be interacting with the app. So I'm going to have the for loop here, which would grab the response.split so that everything is separated very cleanly. And then again, we're going to have some if and else if statements here for the commands: movie this, Spotify the song, concert this, and then if all else, or else, I guess per se, at the end, if they have none of these commands, then the command is not valid. So now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate for my application here and just show you guys how it works. So we're going to open up our terminal. Oh, I'll go ahead and trash that. We're going to open up our terminal. We're going to make sure that we're in the Liri Node app directory so that it can fire off this application correctly. And we're going to node Liri here, JS, and we'll start with movie this. After the command line, after the user chooses which command line, then they can choose what they are searching for. So Inception, one of my favorite movies, we'll go ahead and click that. You see the lines up here, which is the divider. I put that there just so that it's more presentable to the user. So it'll break actually after multiple searches. You'll be able to dictate which title or which information is what movie. So Inception here has all the information that I extracted from the API here. Leonardo DiCaprio, a little bit of a plot, English, the IMDb rating, the year it came out, and such. If so, we're going to the next command. Go ahead and do Liri Node, and then we'll do concert this. Again, remember, this was our Bands in Town API that we created, and this will grab the information from there. So for example, let's just look up Drake. Drake is going to be playing, and it shows multiple venues as well if they are playing at other places. So for example, he's playing at City of Rock, Rio de Janeiro in September, but if you do want to see him sooner, he plays at XS Nightclub, which is your resident DJ in Vegas here on the 18th. So that's pretty cool. Shows multiple different event dates for the artist that you search. So now we're going to go to Spotify this song, and we'll go ahead and fire that up here. And we'll go ahead and do Hotel California. So Hotel California, one of my favorite songs growing up. It shows up here, and then it shows the artist, the track name. It actually shows the track name. Wow, that's interesting that this one shows when they premiered this song. Oh, I guess the 40th anniversary. So track name, album name, and then it allows the user to go ahead and click this link here, which will be the preview of the track. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a really good time in making this. Pretty, straightforward here. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me on the GitHub. Otherwise, this is the Liri Node application. And I had a good time trying to figure this one out. All right, guys, thank you for listening in, and I hope you enjoyed this video.